Right, so in this one we're going to look at underground entrance from Philip, or Philippe. I hope I'm right there, in either one of those. Alright, so let's have a look at his level. I would like a bit more jumping room here, but it's still doable. I mean, this level wasn't that bad, to be honest. It was alright. Um, I liked it. It was a lot of the focus on platforming. Yeah, that was a problem. I'm sure you saw it fly down towards my head. Another mushroom. So, as you just saw, if I'd have kept going and if I hadn't stopped and started talking, that would have probably landed on my head. That's a really bad thing. You don't want to have that. Don't have enemies dropping down off screen. Um, it goes down there. It's not, I don't think that's needed really. I personally would get rid of that enemy and just well, I did in my version anyway. I did that. So yeah, try and avoid enemies dropping down where you can't see them coming. It'd be better off just having an extra Goomba down here, if you know. We'll go at the top first, and the way I got at the top was I did this. Yeah, again, these Goombas from all the way up here. If you noticed, I wasn't down there that long, and they had already made it to about here. So when I went up, it's like I was just. It was impossible. If I was going to hit them, I wouldn't be able to avoid that. Just so you know, enemies placed on top of like blocks and well, especially like the ground tile, they disappear. See, just so you know. But like I say, um, trying to think of a way of, well, there's not really a way of doing that. See, I got the impression this was like a secret area, like a little secret, because you got all these coins, and the last thing you want is Goombas dropping down on players. So let's say I got up here. The fire flowers are fine. Yeah, kind of annoying that you have to do that, but oh, you little. Um, I do get what you're doing here, but if you're to keep this section, what I would do is move this a lot closer to the this section here. Or it can get if you know if you have to like slowly move across following them, it can get slightly tedious. So I'd make that a little bit shorter. Um, this I thought was a bit chaotic. As you can see, there's loads going on there. And I think that's a mushroom in there, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So yeah, if I was you, I'd dial down the difficulty here a bit. I don't know. I mean, I'd get rid of these two for starters. But even that guy there will disappear. I'll show you. He's gone. But I mean, it's. Let's have a look. I'll tell you what. Let's go back up here, get this mushroom, and see if it's any better. I mean, this one's fine. That's a bit more doable. Yeah, those two ones that are here, the flying ones, was, in my opinion, there was overkill. So you come down here. This is the upper path that I'm doing. I really don't get. Ah, is that what you're meant to do? I don't know what for though. I don't know what you got the spring for. I mean, it can't be this. Surely it won't be that because you can do it from there. Well, it might be actually. So basically, you got this, and then you go across here, and you got the end. Um, that's right. We'll go back and where is it? So we're here, and this is where the paths divide, and we'll go down to the lower section. So oh, that was a mistake. And I do like the platforming. I think I changed stuff. I'll see if I can replicate what I did earlier. I'll first continue as I'm down. This here, yeah, I didn't understand this bit when I was looking at it. I just wasn't sure what it was for. I mean, it wasn't... I don't know. So yeah, I don't really know what the point of that down there was. Maybe it was just left there by accident or something. So this is what I wanted to mention. So let's say... I made that difficult. Let's say I do this. And then I go up here. And then I mess up, go down here, and now we've got a problem. Of course they reappeared. They wouldn't do that. They just... Hold on a minute. Oh, they didn't then. I don't know now, you see, because when I was on it earlier, they wouldn't reappear. And now they seem to reappear. So I wonder if I might not have to change so much as I did. See, when I was doing it earlier, these blue platforms was... see what I mean? It's like a bit iffy. I mean... And, of course, someone could go all the way back here and reset them, but you don't really want players to have to do that. So I have changed this section. I didn't want to because I like the platforming, but I just couldn't figure out a way of doing it so they reappeared every time. I mean, they didn't reappear at all when I was doing it, but they seemed to then. I mean, this is all fine. It's yeah. So as I mean, there's not really a lot. See, there wasn't really a lot of things that I could point out that was like needed to be fixed. I think I pointed out it was just a couple of difficulty spikes really. There was there was a bit here, weren't I? So I mentioned about moving that closer to this section here, so it's not as tedious, not so long. And then it was just this bit here. It was a bit like difficulty spike was just quite a lot. Sorry, pardon me. Yeah, so it was a bit overkill. So obviously changed that. I would probably, if I was you, I would actually get rid of all these. Get rid of all the fronts. Because I just think, I don't know, it just seems like they're not in anywhere else. I mean, I think the theme, you have a good theme of Goombas and plants. You've got the normal snapping ones there, you've got the fire ones. I just think the front that isn't necessary, really. I don't think it, I mean, let's face it, this guy, he throws hammers. I think he's enough. I think he's good enough. So I think you could probably do without the fronts. I think that might be something to do with the fronts. I'm not sure, but yeah, I'll get rid of it. So other than that, I mean that's it really. It's just this bit here I had to change in my version. So we'll go to my version. And I'll show you some of the stuff I've done. Like I say, it's not a bad level. It's actually pretty good. Some nice platforming in there. Right, that's right. Yeah, brain freeze. Wasn't sure what I was doing. So here, little visual things. So you'll notice that all this is clear, and these things, these like little details, little graphic details, on your version they were everywhere, like all scattered around because that's how they randomly appear. I just want to show you what you could do when you make your own textures in a way. So I got a specific pattern. It repeats throughout the level. I placed it where I put these. So here, obviously, you got the crystal here, and you can see it. There's a line going up from it. Same here. Got a line going down to this section. I've also what I've done with the crystal. So I noticed you had little bits, but you didn't have a lot. So what I've done, anywhere where there's like almost like a tunnel into the rock. I'm trying to say like this bit here. And then here you got another bit like, it goes in here, of course. So I think you're getting a message. I've done that everywhere. Look. So that's where I picked the crystals, just for like a little visual effect. Again, got the texture here. And so I've done that throughout the level, so I won't go through that all the time. I've not really changed much. I've added an extra platform here, so I thought it was a bit iffy getting up at one point. That way you don't have to rely on people knowing how to wall jump and stuff. I spaced this bit out a bit, but again, that's not major. This was pretty much very similar to yours. Added coins there. That's a good little trick actually. This, like, if you want, like, when you got like Goombas walking in a certain direction, if you can time it, you can actually make it so the coins, like that arch of coins. So like, say I'm up here and I'm, for the vast majority of players, it will appear right at when you can jump over them, so you get the coins as well with it. I mean, it doesn't seem like much, but it does. It goes nicely together. It's nice to do. I like it. Again, a lot of this is very similar. So yeah, I have changed this actually. So as you can see, where this block is, I've also deleted above it. And the reason I did that was because if you had the mushroom, it was pretty awkward to jump above it. Instead of having to like try and do this, you can just jump over. I've also gotten rid of that platform so that they don't wander over and then block you that way. Plus, I didn't want people to go down it anyway. So I've done that. We'll keep to the top layer for now. I've drastically reduced the enemies here because I didn't like the difficulty spike. I think 3 enemies firing at you is enough. I mean, look, it's even then I got killed. You follow your coins down there, and then we come to the end. So what we've done at the end, I've done a little bit different. I mean, I didn't have to, but I thought I'd show you something else. So what I've done, the problem with having just one row of those. Oh, let me see if I can. Actually, I might be able to do it anyway. Is people will do this, and then that'll mean death on your version. And being right at the end, and there's no checkpoints. That's not great. You don't want to be killing people like that. Because they'll feel like they didn't see that coming in a way, even though it's their fault in a way, but. So what I've done is add all them. So I think I like it as well. I like how it just makes like a different area you're playing on. So I like it. I've done that all the way through. Also, if you've noticed, for people that have got a good eye, got a little secret, little thing like that. And the other thing I did differently was instead of just having Bowser Jr. there, I've offered players another way to complete it, like to get to the top of the flagpole, so they can do this, which I thought was cool. I thought it was better than just a spring, because it didn't really suit the level. I mean, other than at the end, the spring, there was no springs, was there? So I didn't see the point in just chucking it in there. I thought, it kept with the theme. Let's face it, the theme in this level is piranha plants and these platforms, or just platforms in general. So I kept with the theme. So we'll go the lower way, and I'll show you what I've done there. Oh, went too far. Right. As you can see, I did change it, and a lot of it was because I couldn't get damn things to respawn the blue platforms. I've also done that. The reason for that is because if you have 3, if you have 3 of those, a lot of people just leave them because they can't be bothered. You have to stand there for quite a while, don't you, to hit them all. In case no one knew, with these coin blocks, you can get a maximum amount of coins you can get out of them is 10, but you've got to constantly hit it to do that. Just in case you want a certain amount of coins in your level. Just thought I'd let you know that. So what I've done, I've had to change it. I would have kept yours if I could problem with your version is whenever I played it, I played it a good, I mean, 10 times I went through this section to try and get it to work. I was on it for quite a while. I just couldn't get the blue platforms to reappear after falling down here. Not without going like at least back to here. So I've changed it around. It's probably not as difficult as I could have made it, but so what I've done, got this bit goes up here, and I've got to put a checkpoint in, and then I can't believe that just got me. And you got this bit here. I'm making that look a lot harder than it is. It's not that hard. Again, and even just the coins, it may not mean much, but it just gives players something to do when they're waiting to get across. But I like that, actually, the Goombas dropping down. Usually I wouldn't like that, but I tell you what, I'm wondering, if I stand there, do they drop down my head? Just give it a few seconds. Hopefully it isn't the case. Oh god, floor. Okay, that's a problem. Yeah. Oh dear. Well, you know what? Screw it. Well, there you go, look. I didn't see that. So yeah, enemies coming down on top of your head is a bad idea. Anyway, so what else have I done? No, that's it really. I mean, a lot of it's always pretty similar to what you had it. I mean, this is a pretty difficult section here. I think I actually changed a bit of this. I've got less enemies. I deleted one of the piranha plants and just made it look a little better. So I think if I remember correctly, you had like this, didn't you? These things, but I thought it didn't look very well. It didn't look great, against the against that tile set. So I thought I'd like make a little cave through them. I think it works. I got rid of one because I thought it was a bit too chaotic, like was up in this section. So I got rid of one, and it seems to be all right. And that's it. I mean, it was a, I did like this level. I like the original version. I mean, and that's what I've done with it basically. I'm trying to. I think that's it. I think I've talked about everything. So I didn't really. Other than this, it was basically this. This is the main changes I made, wasn't here? I mentioned the reason, so maybe I didn't have to do that. Maybe they do reappear, but he didn't when I was doing it. So when I was testing it. Okay. One thing I could have done a bit more, but I haven't done, was I've just noticed I didn't make any effort with these. Like you get 4 different things here, and you suppose you could like, I mean, if you use these properly, you can make levels look really good. It's like here that I could have like. It's not like that, You don't notice it, but it's just that little bit of extra detail, a little effort, which I haven't done in this level, disappointingly. But so you can do that with the background things, and like I say, making your own textures by copying things is brilliant. That's it. Just makes levels stand out so much more than having it all randomly play, especially in the underwater themes. So if you like underwater levels, which not many people do, you should do that. But anyway, that's it. There's nothing else I can think of saying here. I've gone through everything. So I'll go back and get you the ID. Okay. And there it is. Like I say, give it a go. It is a good level. Nice platforming. And that's it for this time.